Thank you so much, Brian. And I just want to say thank you so much to the Toledo Museum of Art, Brian and Adam, the whole team here. It's just an honor to be here. I'm glad to be part of it. So in my job as director of the interpretation department, or the department formerly known as education, we work with a wide variety of visitors of all ages and abilities. And so I'm just going to be sharing with you kind of a sample of some of the many programs at NOMA and the ways that we're infusing visual literacy into those. So let me see here. There we go. So how do museums foster visual literacy? Museums teach using objects and images which can be viewed through many different lenses to see a variety of perspectives. There's really no right or wrong way of looking or perceiving in a museum. The point is to be actively engaged in the process. Images are powerful tools for communicating messages, and museum exhibitions can be the perfect place for people to see these techniques in action. Seeing the editorial process in this Gordon Parks exhibition reminds us to consider the motivations behind the images and the stories they appear to tell. These three works trace the production of Parks's Harlem gang leader photo essay, published in Life magazine in 1948. People need skills to read the images to understand their context. Here you see the artist's voice is often buried under layers of editing and manipulation. NOMA's early childhood arts integration program, called Mini Masters, is in its third pilot year. This year, the program has grown to include 3 schools, 116 students, all ages 3 and 4. The partnership is among 3 organizations, including Tulane University. The Mini Masters program layers classroom instruction, studio art projects, multiple museum visits, professional development for educators, and parental involvement. Every family also gets a free membership to the museum to encourage them to come back again and again. On school visits to NOMA, the Mini Masters students will look at works that correspond directly to what they're discussing in the classroom. So here we're looking at a discussion of Louisiana animals and their habitats, and you can see everyone is very excited by the alligator in the middle. NOMA educators and docents employ a variety of inquiry-based techniques to engage museum visitors in dialogue. The conversation guides visitors through the process of careful looking, exploring a work of art, and finally creating meaning. Visual thinking strategies, techniques, and questions often begin the discussions. And the same goes for our professional development workshops. Educators often don't have a visual arts background, and they need an entry point to be able to discuss visual arts with their students. So in our workshops, we're able to model visual literacy techniques in front of works of art and give the teachers practice and feedback. When educators schedule school visits to NOMA, they can choose tours like What's the Story and describe it. So here the students are practicing observation, trying to uncover the story as they identify characters, plot, setting, and sequencing, and use descriptive language. In tours such as Elements of Art, students are practicing visual literacy through exploring elements such as color, line, shape, form, and texture, as well as principles of design such as balance, proportion, hue, etc. They discuss how the artists use these elements to create a composition. In StoryQuest, we're bringing visual literacy concepts to the general family audience. Parents and kids gather for books read by professional storytellers and then explore the museum's galleries to find related works of art. And a quest card with questions about each piece guides their hunt. For high school students, students are able to select works of art from NOMA's permanent collection as inspiration for original poetry. They attend a master class with a professional poet, and then they perform their poem at the museum. Brian Kennedy says we are living in the digital age, the third great revolution in communication. Digital interpretation of content has become an expectation rather than an option. So NOMA is providing visitors with easy access to information about our permanent collection through mobile apps. Art is a universal language, and by coming to museums, people can take part in the global conversation. We're trying to create ways to inspire visitors to share their own life experiences, expertise, interests, and stories in a two-way dialogue with the museum. And of course, no one understands the creative process better than the artist himself or herself, so bringing them in for lectures whenever possible is very important. Here, our director, Susan Taylor, shares a laugh with artist Frank Stella in the 2013 Donna Perrett-Rosen lecture. In Artist Perspectives, we invite local artists to share thematic connections between their work and a featured exhibition. After introducing visitors to their work, they will lead an informal gallery talk. So here we have local artist Willie Birch discussing the works on view by Thornton Dial. And then, of course, every Friday night we stay open late. We have creative entertainment for all ages, live music, demonstrations, lectures, films, gallery talks, and more. And all these activities are connected to the premise of getting visitors to the museum and teaching them to look so that they may see. Also, on Friday night, we encourage our visitors to drop in and create their own artwork at NOMA's Art on the Spot. And this inspires individual creativity and also reinforces concepts that they have seen in the galleries. Looking at art is a sensory experience, and with the addition of the performing arts, the whole person is engaged, and there's an enhanced understanding of the connections between art and the written word. So NOMA and other museums across the country are beginning to bring theater into their public programs. And then finally, in classes and camps, every session focuses on building visual literacy skills. We always start with time in the galleries, looking at and discussing works of art before students then retreat to the studio to create their own works. So this is just a quick little sample of a variety of programs and ways that NOMA and museums across the country are committed to teaching people to look carefully and understand and create their own meaning.